Welcome everyone to the 22nd episode of Master Mike's Wrestling Paradise. This is your host, Master Mike Ambrose. And over the weekend, AEW had their pay-per-view Full Gear, and we saw the culmination of an event that I thought was a long time coming. I'm glad it did. Adam Page is the new AEW World Heavyweight Champion, defeating Kenny Omega. I think it was about time, and like I say, he's a homegrown guy, and that's what they got to build on. And he comes off like a real, legitimate superstar, I believe. So let's see where they go from there. There was also a great match between FDR and Lucha Brothers, I heard. I didn't really watch much of the pay-per-view, but I'm just giving one of the main takeaways. Raw tonight will have the build for Survivor Series, which will have, of course, the Survivor Series. Of course, we have Raw versus Smackdown. Besides the two 5-on-5 men and women's teams, we also have Roman Reigns versus Big E and Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair, because they're the champions in their respective shows like that. We also have Tag Team Champions RKO versus the Usos, it's probably going to happen, and Damian Priest for the United States Champion versus Shinsuke Nakamura, the Intercontinental Champion. Not much of a build-up for the Survivor Series, it seems like. It's a lack of buzz about it. I mean, it's going to do good, it's in Brooklyn, but it seems like the build could be better. I think they got some good thing going on with the Bloodline and Roman, taking out the New Day, and because, Big E's on Raw, and he's the WWE Champion, so they're kind of building around that. And they got some spots to fill on the Smackdown team, which, before I get into it, Wagner, before I go into, while I'm still talking about the Survivor Series here, Wagner showed up on Smackdown, and right now he's on NXT tag team with Kyle O'Reilly, which, Kyle O'Reilly's contract, if you haven't heard, is up in like a couple weeks. And I don't know if he's going to resign or not. They got NXT War Games coming up, but I don't know if he's going to be involved in that, or they're going to have a tag team title match, and maybe they lose, and I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe Kyle O'Reilly ends up on Team Smackdown, who knows? That's what I was thinking. Because Sami Zayn lost to Jeff Hardy, Sami Zayn's off the team. Now, Xavier Woods was on the team, and Xavier Woods just got injured. So now it's like at two spots. I don't know if that means Wagner and O'Reilly are going to take, or just Wagner, and maybe somebody like Sheamus, or, for instance, you got Rich Holland back there, Sheamus, one of those guys. I said Cesaro, Sheamus, or Rich Holland, one of those guys, and I don't know, who knows? A lot of points think that Kyle O'Reilly's going to join AEW because Adam Cole and Bobby Fish were reunited over the week on Rampage. So, and that's, for another story. Well, let's see what else we got here. Oh, Patriots win. And we got some momentum going. They're 6-4, and short week they play the Falcons, who have been a slump as of late. They can be 7-4. So far they're 4 in a row. I think Mac Jones is showing a lot. I almost say Cam Newton there, sorry. Cam Newton's back with Carolina. He had a good game as well down in Carolina. I think, Mac Jones is showing he can lead this team. The defense is great. As long as everybody keeps going what they're doing, I think they can make the playoffs. They got some momentum building. And a lot of the teams that they're playing have their issues with injuries and stuff, so Patriots are going to catch some lucky breaks here the next couple of weeks. I think they can get something going. Let's see. Back to Raw. No, Raw. No, we already talked about Raw. We already talked about Full Gear. Let me think for a second. Did I? Hold on. Sorry about this. I'm just thinking. I think I covered everything about Raw and Smackdown. I covered everything. Let's talk about. Yeah, I covered everything with that, and so that's where I go there. The teams. We don't know what's going on there yet, and so regarding the Smackdown teams, like who's going to fill the spot. We saw the Smackdown women's team. Aaliyah made her debut, and she was on the Smackdown women's team. She picked out victory for her team, but then Sonya Deville, who's like the power-hungry executive back there running the show, she kicked Aaliyah off the team. Now, if that means like someone like Naomi's going to join the team, who's Sonya Deville's evidence, or maybe Toni Storm's going to join the team, or Xia Li, who's supposed to be debuting in about a couple, whatever. I've seen promos for Xia Li. She might debut this Friday and then get on the show. Get on the Survivor Series team. Who knows? We saw Toni Storm. Speaking of Toni Storm, she challenged Charlotte on SmackDown, which I thought that was great, because I think Toni Storm has a lot of potential. And I think she could be the top one on SmackDown eventually. You see a lot of things, a lot of newer talent, and I'm glad, because W's moving in the direction with the newer talent. You can see that on both sides. You have Liv Morgan challenging Becky Lynch. See a lot of new faces there, and you got a lot of things going, obviously I think starting to come up with the women, like a lot of new fresh faces with the women and the men, and so I think we're trying to intermix things, get new, fresher blood. which is what, NXT 2.0. People knock it online, but the fact is it's a development show. They're trying to build characters for the main roster, and I think people need to understand that. You can't just hoard talent like Triple H. No disrespect to Triple H. I respect what he did. But he was like hoarding too many indie guys that a lot of them weren't going to draw. A lot of them didn't have the potential to be a draw. Who knows who would have gotten over or not. It's hard to say whether or not, people say, oh, Johnny Gargano, Todd Chance, because they've been in NXT a while, so many years now, it's like they'll never get called up. And Gargano's contract's supposedly coming up soon. As is with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And I think the WWE looks like they're putting them on TV so they can try to keep them around longer, which, I'll be honest, I don't think they're much of a game changer. It's just like CM Punk, Bryan Danielson weren't game changers. And Kyle O'Reilly, who I like, he's not a game changer either. There are only two guys right now because Roman Reigns is locked in WWE. He's not going anywhere. He's their guy. The only two guys, and they're part-timers, that could have made a difference to AEW that may have, are John Cena and Brock Lesnar. I'm not going to talk about The Rock because he's out doing movies. John Cena and Brock Lesnar are the only two guys that could have made any big dent in the ratings for AEW. Now that they showed up in WWE, it was, once they found out that they were staying with WWE, Tony Khan had to get the second level stars. No disrespect to Punk and Danielson, but they're not at that level of Cena and Lesnar. That's just the facts. So he got stuck with them, and guys that are like Bobby Fish, who's a great talent, but he's not a difference maker. They gotta eventually. You can't listen to Dave Meltzer. That's the whole problem with Tony Khan. He listens too much about Dave Meltzer and goes on his show. You think I never seen Vince McMahon going on Dave Meltzer's show. He doesn't need to. You want to know why WWE has lasted as long as it did? Because they don't pay attention to these certain fan base thing. I like great matches. Don't get me wrong. I like great talent, great matches, all. But it's not what draws in crowds. The big masses. It's storytelling. It's larger than life characters. It's not this guy can do technical wrestling or this guy do high fun. It's a larger than life characters. If the guys have talent that can perform in the ring, that's adds the whole thing. A guy to get over, you gotta have great character, great charisma, be able to perform in the ring. That's all. That's what you need to make it in the wrestling business. It's not about where you can do 20,000 technical holds or 20,000 high spot. It's about what you can do inside the ring. Like I said, no disrespect to anybody. I respect anybody that gets in the wrestling business. I'm just saying, if you the top start, you gotta have that extra thing to be a superstar. That it factor, like they call it. The fact of the thing is, AEW, it seems like they want to hire everybody, but eventually they have to let guys go. And I've heard that they don't fire anybody. They just let their contracts go out, which Tony Khan is going to pay, but he's a billionaire's son. His father's a billionaire times 20, so money's no object to him. So he'll just keep doing what he's doing, and because it's like a side project. Unless his father comes in or TNT sees the low ratings, that's the way it goes. I hope AEW does good. I'm not knocking AEW. I hope they do good. It's just bringing in so many people from the other companies negates the homegrown guy that you're supposed to build on. All right, that's just my thoughts on that. Like I said, Patriots won. Oh, Bruins won over the weekend. 2 games. They beat New Jersey and Montreal, which is always good. So they got something going, and we'll see where we go from there. All right, have a good night. I gotta get going. Enjoy Raw tonight. Bye.